while retaining the party chairmanship in the north. This move is aimed at restoring the balance that the party has long upheld and to address the resentment that followed its decision to throw open the ticket in 2023. Many southern members felt marginalized then, resulting in a major rebellion that weakened the party. By returning to zoning, the PDP seeks to rebuild internal unity, court southern electorates, and position itself strategically for coalition talks with other parties. The Labour Party, LP, which surged into national reckoning in 2023 on the back of youthful energy and popular outrage against the establishment, remains a major factor. However, its capacity to sustain momentum will depend on deepening its structures beyond urban centers, mobilizing resources, and deciding whether to join forces with the PDP or other opposition blocs without losing its image as a movement party. The new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, which enjoyed northern urban appeal under Rabiu Kwakwanso, faces internal strains, but could still emerge a kingmaker if it leverages its base into a negotiated alliance. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, though not as large as the APC or PDP, remains relevant as a party that brands itself as youth-oriented and reform-minded. It has built modest presence in some states and is increasingly courting civil society groups and professionals who seek a third force. In the current climate, the ADC is likely to play a supporting but significant role in any opposition coalition, positioning itself as a bridge between the bigger players and smaller regional parties. Nigeria's experience shows that only a united opposition can defeat a sitting government. The zoning decision by the PDP is therefore not only an internal settlement, but also a strategic signal that the party is prepared to be a pivot for an alliance. Whether the LP, NNPP, and ADC can harmonize with it remains the defining question. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is under intense pressure to rebuild confidence after the technology and logistics failures of 2023. The use of BVAS and the iRev portal had raised expectations, but delays and discrepancies undermined trust. For 2027, INEC must demonstrate greater transparency, train ad hoc staff more effectively, and ensure timely dispute resolution to avoid the crisis of confidence that dogged the last election. As the election approaches, the economy will remain the dominant issue. The APC will argue that its reforms are bearing fruit and that reversing them would be disastrous, while the opposition will highlight daily suffering, rising costs, and the need for immediate relief. The party that best convinces Nigerians that their votes will count and that tangible improvement will follow is likely to have the edge in 2027.
Because this is a face that's been with us for about 50 years now. The face that brought hope to the blacks. And that's Jermaine Jackson, the very illustrious Jackson family. That made so much impact on we Africans, Nigerians particularly. We love you guys. We're so happy that you decided to come.
Thank you.
And this is your home. I hope you've been told this by everybody.
Exactly.
Now, tell me how you felt when you landed on Nigerian soil. I haven't heard about the kind of love that people exude towards you Americans, especially your family.
Well, the first time we came to the African soil was in 72. It was in 72 on Gorée Island in Senegal, and we were just amazed because we felt such a connection, and it was like coming home. And we saw things that we didn't read accurately in the history books at home, but we felt good. We felt at home. There was a great celebration, and we didn't want to leave. But then, since then, we came back and we made other trips to other parts of Africa, and it has been a connection with us ever since.
Fantastic. Now here you are again, after so many years that you have been out of touch. I'm sure you must have been keeping touch with us in very many ways, but now you're here physically. What has brought you here this time around?
What has brought me here is it's been 50 years for us, and it's 50 years for Lagos to be recognized as a state. And with that being said, 50-50 equals 100. So there's going to be a lot of 100% of success and good things. We plan to do a concert and a tour, a 50th anniversary African tour for the continent of Africa. And that's why we're here. And also, I've been looking to do a Jackson Academy Performing Arts School where we teach the arts and in the entertainment business and the film business as well. And there's a lot of talent here that needs help, and just a little bit to push them and get them ready for the global market. So those two reasons are why we're here.
Fantastic. And how far have you gone so far? I haven't stepped your feet here.
Well, I've met a lot of influential people, and it looks like that we're going to get things rolling forward on a good foot. It's so much to do here. It's so much history. And I guess our presence here is just going to continue the inspiration and the influence. But at the same time, we want to entertain for you. We want to give back to you for what you've given us for so many years, that support and that love and knowing who we are. We are African Americans, but at the same time, our roots are here. And it's because of you that we are strong, that we are who we are. And sometimes we get caught up into the propaganda and the sensationalism that the American media has offered, but we've always stayed grounded and because of our roots and to know who we are. And nothing's going to be easy for us, so we know that we have to have thick skin to deal with all the things that are being said, but at the same time, we know where we come from. That's why we know where we're going.
Now, two things have brought you here. First, 50th anniversary of the existence of Lagos and your academy that you have in mind. And I think you couldn't have had a better way to celebrate Lagos than having you to come and celebrate with us. You're a name that we love so much. I can say that over and over again. That should tell you the kind of feeling we have towards you. Now, the academy bit, let's go into it. It will interest a lot of us. Let's expatiate a bit on that.
The Jackson Academy Performing Arts School will be an institution where we will bring top professors and teachers over in their field of music and directing, producing, lighting, song, dance, to teach and to inspire and to give talks, to sort of give the talent that you have here hope. And because it's just that it's so much talent here, and with the right direction and the right push, I think you can turn out a lot of great talent for the world. We had help when we started, so I think it's important to sort of give back.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard that you're going to have some plane tours. You're going to use this as a way to also reach out to other states of Nigeria. Give me a bit about your itinerary while you're here.
Well, to start off here in Nigeria is really important because you have a new leader, a new president that I'm very excited about. I got a chance to meet Her Excellency. She's a wonderful human being, and I met the daughter, and we had a very good talk, but besides what we spoke about, it felt good. And I'm very happy to know that Nigeria has someone who cares about the people. I've always been interested in seeing a new Africa. I know a lot of your past leaders. You go way back, and I know them. I've sat with them. I've been in their homes. I've been with their kids, and I'll just say it's time for change, and it's time for someone to show people that they care. And I think if this is the start of a new Africa right here in Nigeria, in Lagos, it would flourish to the rest of the continent. And then that will give that feeling of cutting that umbilical cord between Europe and here, and you standing on your own, because this is a very rich, blessed nation. It's Africa that built Europe, that built a lot of the world. And the world has taken so much from Africa, and it's time for them to give back. But I'm very happy about His Excellency
Muhammadu Buhari.
Yeah. I haven't met him yet, but I just watching the whole situation unfold back at home on the news, and I wanted him to be the leader. He's a Muslim, so am I, and I think he's going to do well. I think you're going to be very happy with him.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. As we go on, we might come back to that. But the younger generation will not forgive me if I fail to ask you to rewind, to go back in time and tell us how you guys began. And
how we started?
Yeah, the defining moments of your career. Most of those who see you these days are the younger ones who just read about you.
Well, we started, my father was a musician, and he had a guitar. And he would tell my mother, he would say, Kate, when I leave home, I don't want those boys playing my guitar. And so, like, kids, you don't tell kids that because they're going to do it anyway. So Tito, my brother Tito went in my father's closet and got his guitar, and he was playing it for at least a good 6 months. And my mother would say, honey, your dad's going to be home in about 15 minutes. You better put that guitar up. So, right close to my father get home, Tito would put the guitar up. One day he broke a string on the guitar, and I said, wow, we were all afraid. And my father picked up his guitar, he saw his string broken, and he said, who's been playing my guitar? And Tito said, I have. And so he was going to get a spanking, but then Tito said, let me show you what I know how to play. So he started playing some Motown music, and we started singing and getting involved, and that's how it happened. But it was just me, Tito, and Jackie. And we wanted to be like the Isley Brothers, because there were 3 of them and 3 of us. And during that time, Michael and Marlon were too little. They were running around in the room playing with cars and stuff, begging to be in the group. And we said, no, you're too young. Then all of a sudden, Michael started doing the James Brown and dancing and things. And so we finally let him in the band, and that's how we became the Jackson 5.
Another thing that will excite us, we Africans, Nigerians particularly, is that when you guys came on the scene, before you came on the scene, there was this demarcation, this dichotomy between the blacks and the whites. But you guys broke it. How did you do it?
Well, we never felt that there was a competition because we didn't look at somebody else's competition. We just knew that we were going to go out there and shut it down. And when you know you're the best and you had the right training and you prepare, preparation is everything. There's nothing you can't do. And we were raised to admire James Brown and Temptations, Joe Tex, Smokey Robinson, the Miracles, just Sam Cooke, some of the greatest. And so having that, growing up and wanting to be like these people, even Ray Charles, when we got on that stage, we never lost a contest. And we always mesmerized the people because we put the hard work into it. And that's a lesson to be taught. It is like my father, when we were very young, he would teach us this mind thing of just see it in your mind, think it, believe it, make it happen. And that's what he would do to us, and we never understood that. He said, visualize it, you can see it, you can do it. And so when we came out to California, my father's whole thing was to keep the family together. And I look at that as like a tree. The root of this oak tree is my mother and father, and the branches are the different brothers and sisters, and his job was to keep us together. And knowing now we're in Hollywood with the vultures, the attorneys, the lawyers, and the accountants, and the this and that. And they didn't look at the tree as a beauty for its whole. They looked at the tree for their own selfish greed to take a branch here and there. My father's whole thing was keeping us together. But I will say, we had a lot of success because we were very fortunate to hook up with Berry Gordy, who introduced us to the world. It's the Jackson 5. And there were 4 #1 records, and that's never been done before, ever. A band that's unknown to come out to have 4 #1 records, and 2 of them knocked the Beatles out of #1 spot. And then after that ran its course, the brothers were wanting to go to somewhere else, and I said no, because Motown introduced us to the world as the Jackson 5. They wanted to go on to Sony. And Sony was saying, well, we're going to make you like the Beatles. I said, but we're the Jackson 5, and we already knocked them out of the #1 spot. So they went on to Motown. I stayed, and it was a lot of questions. Well, he stayed because he was married to the boss's daughter, and that wasn't true. I stayed because I felt, I'm a very loyal person. I felt since Motown introduced us to the world as the Jackson 5, that's where I wanted to stay. And then after that, Michael, there was a situation where the play came up, The Wiz, and it came through Motown for Michael to play the Scarecrow in The Wiz. So Berry Gordy calls him and say, do you think Michael can play the Wiz? And I was so excited for him. I said yes, because Ben Vereen during the time could have played it too. And so when Michael did The Wiz, and he played the Scarecrow, that's where he met Quincy Jones, and they did Off the Wall, Thriller, and this and this. But what happened was, in the home in California, Michael never forgot, and we still never forgot what my father said: think it, see it, believe it, make it happen. He wrote Thriller on his mirror, the most albums ever sold. He looked at that every day when he woke up, when he went to sleep. And that became a reality. To this day, it's the biggest selling album ever.
Now let's take a look at the new generation musicians. You guys, when you came on, it was a different ball game altogether, but the entertainment industry has continued to evolve. Very dynamic, I'm sure you know this. Draw some parallels between your time and what you're seeing these days.
Well, what we're seeing these days, we see our influence every day from kids. The only difference is technology has taken it where the true musician has been robbed of his job, because you can push a button and the drum machine plays for you. You can push another button and you have a program, and you can program things, and there's a synthesizer that does the strings, so you take the violin players out of the
We also have been robbed of the naturalness of
yes.
these performances.
So when we started, it was important to play an instrument and to sing and dance. And you're not gonna, we were always told, you're just not gonna sing, you gotta move. And you gotta perform, you gotta entertain. The artists today, they're very good, but they're not picking up instruments, and they grew up in this age of technology, so they're used to the electronics and the this and the that, and that's not true musicianship. It's like there was something about those songs where you had real musicians that playing, you can feel. Now everything is so perfect that it's taking the feeling out of it. It's so perfect tempo, and it's perfect sound, and it just takes the feeling out of the song.
I can tell you, you can say that again. Everybody says that, and that's why we have a lot of respect for those of you who can play as many instruments as possible. How many of these can you play?
Well, I started out playing bass, and I write songs on the piano. I play drums, and I play a little bit of harmonica. Being around Stevie Wonder, it kind of inspired me to play. I played harmonica on a few of my songs, but I basically play bass. I basically play bass and piano.
Now, let's get back to 50 years of Lagos that has brought you here primarily. Give us an idea of what we're expecting from you, from your own perspective.
Well, we want to come here and sort of show you where we get our roots from, and show you that we've never forgotten who we are and the connection that we have with you. drums years ago was a means of communication, and drums started here. And it's the beat that says something, it does something to your body, it makes you want to move. Mike used to always say, God is using his body as a tool. God is using his body as a tool, and he moves because God inspires him through the music. But it all starts here, and so we want to give Lagos, Nigeria, what they expect of us, and that's an incredible performance, and that love, that connection back and forth, and that smiles, and just let them know, hey, we are you, you are us. We've lived in the States, but we're still connected. There's still a connection.
You're going to give us the last word now, and Nigeria, we've been going through all kinds of problems because we've put our eggs in one basket. We've been in a monocultural economy, depending on oil almost all our lives. We're just thinking to go beyond oil now. I mean, America has made so much from entertainment. Give us an idea. What kind of things do you think we should be doing, to make it big in entertainment? I mean, we can see the performances, but how can we convert that to money, which we're lacking now?
I think to create a strong nation, you got to educate the people. And you got to give them the chance to be themselves and speak out. There are a lot of answers, and at the same time, there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. But I think the youth today can show you a way to peace and to prosperity. The old regime is going out, the new world is coming in. At the same time, no matter whether you're old or new, you have to have the passion in your heart to care for the people and to see a change. Greed has played a big factor in corruption, not in just Africa, in many parts of the world. And we can't lose the sense of caring for each other and knowing that there is a God and we have people. The people give you the power. You don't come in as a king. If you don't have no one to rule over, what power do you have? It's the people that give you the power. I think if you learn from your mistakes and you just get someone like a Muhammad, who I feel him, who wants to make a change, and it's not going to be easy, it's going to be hard, but at the same time, the people will feel that he cares for them. And when people feel that you care about them, they would do for you. And that's how things can be better.
Well, I want to thank you very much and leave us with this. I don't know if you want to sing us out of this. Any of your favorite songs that you think we'd like to hear ourselves before we go to the main stage? Lagos of 50. Let's make this a preamble to it. I'll
just say this, with knowing how powerful Africa is, and knowing that the influence it's had over the world, which is not written in the Western world because they don't want us to know, but we travel, we know. I want to thank just Africa, Nigeria, for being who you are. You're real, you're pure, you stay true to who you are. And the support that you've given our family over the years that we've never forgotten. We've never sold out. We've never forgotten our brothers and sisters here. And it makes you proud because we have a homeland. We come from somewhere. We don't come from America. We come from here. Whether we were taken against our will or not, this is home for us. And I just want to end it by saying, singing a few lines of I'll Be There. You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. Love is very important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to give glory to Almighty God that has ordained me to be the king of this beautiful town. It was not my making. What do I know? What do I know? But God is in infinite mercy decided to put me on this prestigious throne. And I've accepted the responsibility. God has been supporting me. God has been showing me the way, what to do, what next to do, from day one till this present moment. A good man's name is not written on the forehead. You cannot determine or judge your own performances. But I decided to say, these 10 years, I must have the feelings of the town. Let me throw in and say, yes, I want to celebrate the town 10 years anniversary. From the day one, I've been seeing the handwriting on the wall that the people of Ikorodu lost me. Up till today, the Muslim community, all of them in Ikorodu, they were all here. They were all here in thousands. I don't know how to thank them. And that is why God gave me the instinct that, yes, give scholarship to some of the students in the tertiary institution, which we did. 5 years ago, we tried it with the market women. We started to give them loan with no interest. We gave them 25 in the first instance. If you return the 25, you will get 50. If you return 50, you will get 100 for 3 months. But what did I get in returns? They did not return all the loans. They did not return all the loans. So my boys decided to leave the rest money in the bank. And I cannot touch the money because I have dedicated the money for the market women and men. The money is still there. All what I need is for them to look after themselves, to have a guarantor within themselves. That fund is still there, and I'm ready to add more to it to assist. I want 1,000, 10,000 péré ó ti tó wọn láti 1,000 wọn. Àwọn tó ń ta àlùbọ́sà 10,000, but I made it minimum of 25. If you return the 25, then you will collect 50. If you return 50, there's room for you to collect 100. That money is still there. The remaining money is still there. 50% of the money has gone. They did not return the loan back. I am not bothered. It's not no more my part of my personal money again. I've devoted it to assist the market men and women. If they want it today, I have some of my sheep that are signing the checks, not me. All what they need to revive it, go back to the status quo, fill the form, and they will still do it for them. And I'm ready to add the one they have taken away. I am ready to add the 15 so that they can have the benefit of it. The loan that the scholarships that have extended to the students is what I want to have the endowment tomorrow. Endowment, this is just a takeoff. If the endowment works, that is the foundation I want to lay tomorrow, that I want to be making it yearly. Yearly for students, you know, little. 250 for a child in any tertiary is a whole lot for them. I will continue to assist them. If I was not assisted, I was assisted to travel out of this country. Somebody paid my tuition throughout. The man that paid my tuition for 4 years was a special advisor to President Nixon, Dr. Robert J. Brown. That is him right there. He housed me. He is always changing my clothes every season. The winter clothes, the summer wears. I did not have any feelings that I don't have father and mother in US. So if I've gotten that opportunity, then that I am here now, why shouldn't I give back to the society? And that is exactly what I want to do. That is what I want to achieve. And for the parents, I'm appealing to them that they should not take this money from these students. That is why we wrote the check directly to the student. Directly to the student. They should not take it from them. They should even add to it to augment whatever the parents are doing. You have done very well, the parents. You have done very well for us to ask and for you all to say, I have a child that can benefit, and you brought them out. That's a lot. So, and I thank everybody for supporting this anniversary. I appreciate it. I continue to appreciate it. The primary one is the security. The security of the people is very germane in my mind. When I came in as Odofin, I saw the trend of violence all over Ikorodu. So during my tutelage period as Odofin of this town with my predecessor, I learned a lot. So when I became became the Oba, my first list, for the first one on my list of what to do on my agenda is security. The government cannot do it alone. We live within them. We live with these people. We should know how to handle it. The first one I faced was a period of Bado. Bado was so terrible. I've never seen that kind of a thing in my life. Bado is a designed serial killings, and it's affecting the churches. Some of the people in the neighborhood that are having their houses not completed, they were managing, they just go there and wipe up the whole family. I called the people in the town. the commissioner of police that time, we have night vigil, and other things we did. We did all those ones, and we eradicated. But no, has never came back in the history of Ikorodu, and it was all over. Then came with cultist boys. It was like a football match. It's a draw today, 1-1 tomorrow, 2-1 today. You know, killing themselves. And I invited all of them. The Eye, the Aye, I invited them. I called the Muslim community, I called the Christian community, let's pray. I called all of them, prayed and prayed and prayed. At the law, see, àpèyájọ́ àwọn baba ńlá baba wa pé kọ́ má ba Ìkòròdú jẹ́ mọ́ wa lórí, àwọn alálẹ̀ dẹ̀ dá wa lóhùn. Today it's all gone. Now returning back to Ikorodu, it is not our own making. It is not our own statistic figure. It was from the United Nations. They saw Ikorodu as the third largest town in the southwest and the 12th in the whole of Nigeria, because we have made the community enabling environment for people to live. They cannot afford the money they were buying lands in Lekki or VI, but it is affordable locally here, and they were all trooping down to Ikorodu on a solid land, and we encourage visitors. We allow non-indigenous to come and settle in Ikorodu. So the market people, we encourage them. I kept picking one after the other. The primary school that I went in 1960, that I left in 1960, it was dilapidated. I called some of my chiefs that are coming, come and renovate this place before I give you chieftaincy title. And that is how I started from one school to the other. And I called some of my chiefs. You want to do your 70th birthday, you must do something. Not by throwing rice and beans for everybody. Do something for the children yet unborn. They said, okay, these 6 blocks of classroom, I will renovate it. I will put infrastructures inside it and all whatnot. And they started. Those who consulted me, they want to do, you must do this. And they were doing it. Then the local government followed, and everybody started following it, and we started renovating schools. On her too, my wife sat on the management of General Hospital. She took the place like her baby, her personal hospital. She was monitoring the nurses, the doctors. What are you doing there? This person has complained to me. What? They sat right, and they were doing the needful. We work hands in hands with the MD of the General Hospital, and they were doing every first baby of the year. Myself and my wife will go there to do presentations to the babies, not just the first one. It could be 10 or 20 or 30. We make sure the little we can afford, we are encouraging them. So little things like that.
So much.
We live within. The government doesn't live with us. It is what we tell them. they should collaborate with us. What am peculiar to me alone, it is for all the obas, not just obas in Lagos State, all the Yoruba obas, traditional institution, their functions have been eroded. We don't have roles to play. We don't have any roles to play. Not only when election is coming, they will run to us. After the election, we see them no more. Give us advisory role. We don't want to challenge the politicians. Give us advisory role. We have lawyers, we have accountants. We can give little experience that we have back to the government. Give us advisory role. And I want to thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu 2 years ago. So I told him when he visited 2 years ago in Lagos, the Oba of Lagos couldn't come. I was his vice. So I was given the opportunity to address Mr. President. And I told him many things. And I told him, look, the function of traditional institution have been eroded. I said it, and he was a good listener. He said, Kabiyesi, it is a legislative issue. So it's meant for the legislators to handle it. And I saw the Speaker of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in another function like this. They gave me mic. I descended on him. He said, Kabiyesi, we are working on it. Before the end of their own 10th assembly, they must do something. I said, okay. I can tell Nigeria, I can tell you free of charge that Mr. President has taken the bull by the horns. The assembly has made the amendment and they invited some traditional rulers to Abuja. They passed on the amended copies to us for us to vet. The next one was assembly of some traditional rulers with the governors. We have close to 24 governors that came. They attended the meeting. And we said, look, you cannot just pass this thing for us. We need to sit down and work it out. And we formed ad hoc committee with the governors to work it out and send it back to the assembly. So Mr. President is doing something. To crown it all, they have formed a southern traditional rulers. The southern traditional rulers is made up of the southwest, southeast, and south-south. In 1914, the amalgamation of the south and north, it was only 3 obas, 3 people that sat down and signed the document. But no more. You must all agree. Yes, we had our first meeting in Imo. We have our first meeting in Imo. And the federal government president was there. They sent high-power delegation led by a secretary to the federal government in attendance. So the government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is seriously working. It could be Rome was not established in a day, and it has to take a gradual process. And we have to tell them at every opportunity we have. Yes. And I want people to listen to listen to me, all right, to listen to me and telling them the truth. Mo forí adé bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé kán gbọ́ nǹkan tá à ń sọ. Bola Ahmed is working and we get the benefit of his governance. It cannot be a one-off project. It will continue to come noise outside. So I have one ambition, and it's going to help a lot, particularly the people migrating to Ikorodu. We don't have much industry or factory or in Ikorodu. It's purely residential. People are moving in millions to Lagos. The BRT is not working to some extent. I want them to go back to the drawing board. The master plan to have rails from Ikorodu to Yaba is there. Once you have a coach moving people just like that, all this traffic issue will be a thing of the past. They should go to the drawing board. All the middle access they give to this BRT, they can still go back. It could be expensive on the takeoff, but the benefit is there and it's enormous. How can somebody working in Lagos, going from Ikorodu, spending 3-4 hours to get to work? I said, I'm not going to give you Serikio, but I will give you Ashiwaju of Hausa in Ikorodu land. If you say you are Ashiwaju, they know the meaning. What is Seriki to us? So I gave them Ashiwaju. I capped him. I put the regalia that people are using to do honorary. So to identify it, I put it on for them. And they did. And once there is problem, I called him. Look, this is what I'm experiencing. I don't want it. I don't want that. And we are resolving it. Ibira community, they have come. Urobo, yes. Urobo community, yes. Urobo community, all of them. So I brought them close to me. What are they going to give me? Nothing. But once they are doing occasion like marriage, I always attend. I always attend. And they were always happy to see me. My wife, she's an Irobo Shekiri woman, and she's from a Catholic home. When we got married, they did not deny me. I turned her to Alaja, and she has become Alaja, and whatever I've been doing, and I became the Oba, she has followed suit to do all the traditions and all what not with me. That is the love. And we have been there for almost 47, 48 years. We've been together, and we are blessed with 4 children. One of them is a magistrate. She's the one that handled the Mohbad case. She's the one that handled the Mohbad case. So I am contented and I'm happy. Very, very happy. May God be with you. I appreciate you. Everybody that has seen it on your show, they were always coming back to me. You've done this, you've done that, and your boys are doing very well. They are doing wonderfully well, and I appreciate them. Anywhere they see me, they are identifying themselves with me. and I want to appreciate them. She changed it, that I am, my husband is Baba, so I am Yeye. So that was the initial confusion we have, but we've amended it. And she gave awards to come, but she is having an international engagement. All right, the second day, for her to meet the timing, that is what we are still working out. But if she's not around, she's going to head high power delegation to come, as if to say she's here. So I will assume that she is going to be here. And the chairman of the occasion is the deputy senate president. As a matter of fact, he is still in London. He lost his mother-in-law, lost his mother-in-law. Because of this, she is flying in today. He's flying in today and promised to be with us tomorrow. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Higher interpreter.
The resource. Secondly, I have not been self-centered or greedy, but this is what I want. For us to have equity in to get the dividend of democracy to Ikorodu. We want a fair sharing, to have a taste of the governance. The governor, the next governor of Lagos State must come from Ikorodu.
One of your messages, all these programs you've been doing, you've been echoing it.
And I'm serious about it. We know I am not a politician. I am begging. I am soliciting. I want to lobby. I want to beg them. I want to seriously beg them. Give us a chance for us to have a shot in the governance of Lagos State. We will perform. We will do our best. And Ibile is Ikorodu, Badagry, Ikeja, Lagos, and Ekpe. So that is the 5 divisions. Let's give us a shot. Give us a shot. That's what I'm begging. When my predecessor died, I was almost in control of tradition, the traditional institution in Ikorodu. We went to pick the body of my predecessor from the airport. On my way coming, I was at the Majidun Bridge. I got a phone call. It's undiluted statements that I'm giving from the Oba of Lagos. Oba of Lagos said, Ọ̀dọ̀fin, wọ́n rán mi sí ẹ o. Gbọ́ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ yìí o. Òun á sọ nǹkan mẹ́ta fún ẹ. Lẹ́yìn yẹn, Àwùjalẹ̀ ní kó pè wọ́n. Òun á fún ẹ ní nọ́mbà tó máa fi pè. Ó sọ pé wọn kì í bọ́ sínú odò kó lótútù mú o. Ajá kì í rorò kó ṣọ́jú lé méjì o. Nǹkan táráàlú bá fẹ́, òun ni kó ṣe. Ó dẹ̀ fún mi nọ́mbà ẹ̀. I was sweating. At the midnight of the day I was to go to the airport to pick the corpse, I invited the traditional institution. I invited the Muslim community to my house at 2 a.m. And I begged both of them, I don't want fight. I know you Muslim, you love this Baba. I will give Baba to you. You spend 15 minutes to pray and you give it back to me. I will give it back to the town. They all agree. I said, you are not going to rebuff the Baba. Take semi water, split it on the body. You have bathed him. Just do the prayer. I will take him to the mosque for you. And we all agreed. When I got the wind, as I'm receiving the phone, as I was receiving the phone, they were getting the message in the town that I've been instructed not to give the cup to the tradition, that I should give it to the Muslim. As a matter of fact, they said they had started digging the grave nearby the mosque. And the people are ready to burn down the mosque. As I was sweating, I was really sweating inside my air conditioner car. And I was sweating. I received call from the town. Odofi, what is the problem? Come and give us that. I said, what is wrong with you? And my intuition developed. And I said, what's your problem? I said, 15 minutes in the mosque. Why are you calling me now? Am I in the mosque now? Kọ́tà ń gbọ́ yìí náà ni. Kọ́tà ń kílẹ̀ ń gbọ́. I took the Baba to the mosque. They prayed. I brought him out and I stayed overnight to make sure they did or whatever. And I saw it all. And I made sure he was buried that night. We've planned it. He wrote it in his will, how he should be buried. I have a copy of it. But Ori Adeki Sunta, I did what I could to make sure maybe Tí ọba wàjà sí, only the inner caucus will know. And I did all that. What they did in Ijebu was abomination of tradition. I have told my children, I have told people that borders to know. I've been to Hajj twice. My father was a Muslim. My mother was an Arabic teacher. When I came, the government built the second palace there. And I saw it has only 4 rooms. I took one, my wife took one, my female children took one, and my male. There is no any other person that I can accommodate. Even our house boys, our guys, they were hanging around. There and then I decided to build this building. Gave me the strength and was able to build this on my own. And I've told my children, this house doesn't belong to you. This house belongs to the people of the town. I have told them, including whatever is inside. If you beg them that this your daddy's here, you want it. If they give it to you, take. If they don't argue. I have told them, why did you go into it? You are not forced. You applied. We were 24 that applied for it. Now I got there. I became the Oba. I spent 3 lunatic months, 66 days. Our months doesn't reach 30 or whatever. I spent in Ekpebi. I came out. They were the Olobas.
That was the first event you had.
The first event I had. For this event? Yes, to honor them. Because they are the one that installed me, put crown on me. They were not challenged by the Christians. They were not challenged by the Muslims. Why now that I said I've been to Mecca twice, I don't want to see them. I don't want to see them. I don't want to know what is called tradition. No. And we've said that in Lagos State, Obas and Chiefs Council, that we will not told such line they did in Ogun State. We will never. And in one of the retreats that we have 3 weeks ago is part of the communique we issue that if you know you don't want to obey the tradition, go and relinquish your cap and leave the throne. We've said it. So I'm glad Lagos State, there is no divergence opinion. We spoke with the one voice. Even the Oba of Lagos accepted and agreed with us. I want to thank him for that. Because everything goes wrong with the leadership. He has accepted what the people are saying and he has agreed, consented to it. And I want to thank him for that. So we are not part of what they did in Ogun State, and we will never be. We will never be. My message is what I have started from day one, to bring all of them back home. Abike Dabiri in diaspora, there is one of our children that is medically sound. He knows about the DNA. He traced his DNA from United States of America to a family in Ikorodu and is in onto it. So we want to bring all of them to come back home to assist each other. I just don't give chieftaincy to anybody. It's to lure them. Come home, come ahead. And a lot of people are coming back home to establish one thing or the other. Our own problem in Ikorodu is land. Very, very expensive. Now, before it wasn't. It wasn't. Unlike Lagos or VI or Aja. No. But it's getting higher and higher. And we are not getting. So, some people wanted to establish university in Ikorodu. But we are still looking for the land. And we want to thank God. We've gotten about 4 universities now in Ikorodu. So we are still looking for more. The Muslim community, they have come to me that they want to establish a university, and this is it. If not, I think the name should be. There's somewhere they want to establish a university in Ikorodu. I think it's in November or wherever they want to do the ceremony. So my message is for us. Now we've been able to get rid of courtism. We have been able to get rid of insecurity. We want to see how we can encourage each other. It has been there for the onset. Our forefathers, they were well educated. The like of T.O.S. Benson, Adeniro Ogunsoya, and all what Awojobi Professor. Those are the people we want to emulate, and they are emulating them. In 1966-67, when Mobolaji Johnson came to State, we have all categories of people, and we are still going on that. We are still on that. We want to continue with that.
Passport affordability and global mobility. Rethinking Nigeria's travel document policies. The Nigerian passport serves as a vital means of identification and a gateway for citizens to travel internationally. It enables access to other countries, supports trade, education, tourism and migration, and it is the first step for Nigerians seeking global opportunities. However, Nigeria's passport currently ranks 129th on the Henley Passport Index, with visa on arrival access to only 40 destinations. This low ranking has limited the global mobility of Nigerian citizens, raising important questions about the alignment of government priorities with citizens' needs. Henley and Partners 2025. On 1st September 2025, the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS) implemented a sharp increase in the cost of passport applications. The new pricing structure places the 32-page passport with a 5-yearly validity at 100,000 naira and the 64-page passport with a 10-year validity at 200,000 naira. While this review does not apply to Nigerians in the diaspora, the domestic impact cannot be denied. The increase comes at a time when the national minimum wage, approved at 70,000 naira by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, remains inconsistently implemented across states. This disparity highlights a policy contradiction, as citizens are expected to pay more for essential documentation despite reducing purchasing power. This calls for a tactical rethink among key stakeholders. According to past data from the Nigerian Immigration Service (NIS), in the past 15 years, passport application fees has increased multiple times, making it a financial struggle for many Nigerians, and experienced a 100% increase within 1 year. Below is the table. Year: 32-page naira, 64-page naira. 2010, 32-page 15,000, 64-page 20,000. 2018, introduction of e-passport, 32-page 25,000 naira, 64-page 70,000 naira. August 2024, 32-page 32,500 naira, 64-page 70,000 naira. September 2024, 32-page 50,000, 64-page 100,000 naira. Current from September 1st, 2025, 32-page 100,000 naira and 64-page 200,000 naira. The socio-economic consequences are significant. For ordinary Nigerians, especially students pursuing education abroad, workers seeking employment opportunities, or patients requiring overseas medical treatment, the cost of acquiring a passport is now high. In a country where citizens already struggle with the rising cost of food, corruption, and limited access to basic services, the policy deepens inequality. Moreover, higher fees may discourage passport applications, reduce participation in tourism, and indirectly affect remittances. According to World Bank data, remittances from Nigerians abroad amounted to over $20 billion annually in recent years, a critical source of foreign exchange, World Bank 2023. Limiting mobility risks constraining this vital flow of income. Although higher fees may provide the government with short-term revenue gains, the long-term implications may prove counterproductive. Restricting access to passports can increase irregular migration, overstays, and fraudulent document practices, further damaging Nigeria's global reputation. Already, issues such as human trafficking and visa overstays have made foreign governments cautious, contributing to Nigeria's weak passport ranking. Instead of raising application costs, policy efforts should focus on strengthening international trust, tackling corruption in passport issuance to promote a positive international image, and negotiating better mobility agreements to improve the passport's standing globally. The recent increase in Nigerian passport fees reflects a misalignment between government policy and citizen welfare. Because the passport is an important travel document, its rising costs threaten to exclude large segments of the population from traveling opportunities. A forward-looking strategy would take key factors into consideration: affordability, accessibility, and global integration rather than revenue generation. Finally, improving Nigeria's passport ranking should be prioritized over making it unaffordable, as true national strength is reflected not just in revenues, but in the mobility and opportunities available to its citizens worldwide. Biscon Television and the Biscon Show, where excellence meets entertainment and storytelling comes alive. From compelling documentaries to high-profile event coverage, from exclusive celebrity interviews to the latest in news, politics, lifestyle, and culture, we bring you the content that keeps you informed, inspired, and entertained. And guess what? We're taking over the digital space. Our social media presence is exploding. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Millions are watching, liking, sharing, and engaging with us daily as the numbers just keep climbing. Our content is going viral, our audience is growing, and the conversation is bigger than ever. Now we need you. Follow, like, comment, and share. Be part of the movement. Get exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Join the conversations and never miss a moment of the action. This is more than just television. It's a revolution in digital storytelling. Biscon TV and the Biscon Show. Bigger, better, and right at your fingertips. Let's take it to the next level. Follow us now.
Hello and welcome to Biscon TV News. I am Jones Hussein. First, the headline stories. Ekiti APC endorses Oyebanji as 2026 governorship candidate. Labour Party factions clash over Obi and ADC alliance. In business, Nigeria loses $6.8 million to oil shortfalls in 8 months. On the foreign scene, Jordan's king warns against enforcing Gaza peace. In sports, El Clasico, Madrid end losing run against Barcelona after a hard-fought 2-1 win. Now the news in detail. Governor Biodun Oyebanji has emerged as the APC consensus candidate for the 2026 Ekiti governorship race after other aspirants were disqualified or withdrew. The party shifted from direct primaries to a ratification congress, effectively confirming Oyebanji's candidacy. Despite protests from Kayode Ojo's supporters demanding a transparent primary, party leaders say the consensus process aligns with constitutional provisions. President Tinubu reportedly urged Ojo to support Oyebanji for party unity. Tensions have escalated within the Labour Party as factions loyal to Julius Abure and Governor Alex Otti of Abia clash over a proposed alliance with the African Democratic Congress APC to support Peter Obi's 2027 presidential bid. The Otti camp backs the coalition, urging opposition unity and calling on Atiku Abubakar to step aside for Obi. However, the Abure-led faction has rejected any major talks, insisting the party remains strong enough to contest independently. As the 2027 elections approach, the deepening rift raises concerns about the future of the obedient movement and the party's cohesion. In another development, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has taken his re-election campaign to Orumba North and South, declaring the region was home and rallying support for APGA ahead of the November 8 election. He highlighted achievements in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, urging voters to prepare their PVCs. The visit drew massive backing, with Orumba North and South donating 75 million and 150 million naira respectively. Soludo promised accelerated development, calling his campaign a divine project driven by grassroots mobilization. A quick break here for business news. Welcome back. In business, let's tell you that Nigeria recorded a crude oil production deficit of 93.74 million barrels between January and August 2025, resulting in a $6.8 billion revenue loss. Experts say the 2.06 million barrels per day target is unrealistic, citing oil theft, vandalism, and poor investment. Despite government optimism, analysts warn that overestimate budget performance. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) says production averaged 1.67 million barrels daily, far below target. Efforts like the Africa Energy Bank and new field approvals aim to boost output, but governance and funding remained key challenges. We'll take a break here for foreign news. Welcome back. King Abdullah of Jordan says no country wants to enforce peace in Gaza under President Trump's ceasefire plan, urging a peacekeeping, not combat mandate. In a BBC Panorama interview, he stressed Jordan and Egypt were willing to train Palestinian police, but won't send troops due to political sensitivities. Queen Rania, advocacy for humanitarian crisis, also interviewed, praised Trump for pressurizing Israel into a ceasefire and criticized global inaction over Gaza's suffering. Jordan has evacuated 253 wounded children from Gaza, with thousands still awaiting aid. Up next is sports news.
Hello and welcome to Sports segment on Biscon TV News. Real Madrid's losing streak against bitter rivals Barcelona came to an end thanks to a hard-fought 2-1 win in Sunday's La Liga clash inside the Bernabeu. First half goals from Kylian Mbappe and Jude Bellingham secured the win for Madrid. Madrid went into the contest on the back of 4 straight defeats to the Spanish league champions. It was a game that saw Mbappe miss a penalty and had a goal ruled out for offside, while Barcelona were reduced to 10 men after Pedri was sent off after receiving a second yellow card for a foul. The win means Madrid, now on 27 points, go 5 points clear of rivals Barcelona in the league table. Now finally on sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will clash with Egypt in a pre-2025 Africa Cup of Nations friendly in December. The encounter is slated for the Cairo International Stadium on Sunday the 14th of December. Nigeria and Egypt will use the friendly to prepare for the AFCON, which will kick off in Morocco on the 21st of December. The Super Eagles will start their preparations for the biennial tournaments on December 10. Eric Chell's side are expected to play more warm-up games before the start of the competition. The Super Eagles of Nigeria are drawn in Group C with Uganda, Tunisia, and Tanzania. The Pharaohs will face South Africa, Angola, and Zimbabwe in Group B. That's all on sports.
And now, finally, entertainment news. We can tell you that comedian and TV host Teju Babyface has candidly shared initial regret after relocating to the United States, describing the move as a ruinous risk during the early years. In a YouTube interview, he spoke about the illusion of the grass is greener syndrome and how the COVID-19 pandemic intensified the challenges he faced shortly after arriving. Despite believing the move was the right step for his career and family, Teju said he felt lost and overwhelmed, questioning his decision for nearly 3 years. He also revealed that the experience gave him a deeper understanding of a King Sunny Ade lyric hit song for years, finally connecting with its emotional depth during that difficult period. Well, that's the news for now on Biscon TV, compiled by Victoria Adekoya and produced by Ayola Isiwele. I am Jones Usen.
Biscon TV, beyond the screen. Step into the future of visibility with Biscon TV live streaming on YouTube, where your story, your event, your brand travels farther than the television screen can ever go. With crystal clear visuals, real-time coverage, and instant accessibility, we break the barriers of distance and time, putting your content in the palms of millions around the globe. And here's the power of it all. It's not just a moment. It's a full coverage on YouTube. Your event stays live, stored, and ready for viewers to watch again and again. No missed moments, no lost memories, just evergreen visibility, replayable at any time, anywhere in the world. And we don't just stop at YouTube. Your visibility multiplies as we spread your voice across Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, the very platforms where the world's conversations happen. From reels that trend in seconds, to streams that keep fans glued, to highlights that go viral, your content becomes part of the global digital buzz. With Biscon TV, your event is not confined to a hall or a city. It's open to the world. Your wedding in Lagos can be witnessed in London. Your corporate launch in Abuja can trend in New York. A community celebration in Ogun can light up feeds in Dubai. That's the power of Biscon TV live streaming. Limitless reach, borderless connection. Your audience doesn't just watch, they engage, they comment, they share, they spread your story further than you imagined. Whether you're celebrating love, launching a product, covering a political milestone, or telling your brand story, with Biscon TV, you're not just being seen, you're being remembered. So, when you think of impact, think more than television. Think of presence. Think of influence. Think of Biscon TV, powering visibility, connecting the world, and keeping you live everywhere. Biscon TV, not just on TV. We're everywhere. Nigeria's political landscape and the road to the 2027 general elections. Nigeria's road to the 2027 general elections is shaping into a fierce struggle for power, with the frontline parties strategizing amid economic pressure, security concerns, and a demand for stronger electoral integrity. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has already declared its intention to retain power in 2027, projecting continuity and defending its economic reforms as necessary, even though many Nigerians continue to face unprecedented hardship from inflation and high cost of living. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, still nursing wounds from the 2023 election, has taken a defining step by zoning its 2027 presidential ticket to the south, while retaining the party chairmanship in the north. This move is aimed at restoring the balance that the party has long upheld, and to address the resentment that followed its decision to throw open the ticket in 2023. Many Southern members felt marginalized then, resulting in a major rebellion that weakened the party. By returning to zoning, the PDP seeks to rebuild internal unity, court Southern electorates, and position itself strategically for coalition talks with other parties. The Labour Party, LP, which surged into national reckoning in 2023 on the back of youthful energy and popular outrage against the establishment, remains a major factor. However, its capacity to sustain momentum will depend on deepening its structures beyond urban centers, mobilizing resources, and deciding whether to join forces with the PDP or other opposition blocs without losing its image as a movement party. The new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, which enjoyed northern urban appeal under Rabiu Kwakwanso, faces internal strains, but could still emerge a kingmaker if it leverages its base into a negotiated alliance. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, though not as large as the APC or PDP, remains relevant as a party that brands itself as youth-oriented and reform-minded. It has built modest presence in some states and is increasingly courting civil society groups and professionals who seek a third force. In the current climate, the ADC is sporting but significant role in any opposition coalition, positioning itself as a bridge between the bigger players and smaller regional parties. Nigeria's experience shows a crisis of confidence that dogged the last election. As the election approaches, the economy will remain the dominant issue. The APC will argue that its reforms are bearing fruit and that reversing them would be disastrous, while the opposition will highlight daily suffering, rising costs, and the need for immediate relief. The party that best convinces Nigerians that their votes will count and that tangible improvement will follow is likely to have the edge in 2027. Breaking news on the television station to watch to keep you in top spirit always without fail. Biscon TV Live globally keeps you top spirit 24 hours daily through our entertaining yet